Hi, this is Steve Ouellette, candidate for re-election in the April 12th election for Selectman. Today I'm out here in what's being known as the Narrows redevelopment area. Right now I'm standing in the lot of Holiday Lanes just to show you an area that should be in the next couple of years under a lot of consideration and will be bringing things to town meeting. If you look across from me, you'll see restaurants, you'll see housing, you'll see businesses. It's something we want to see expand here in Westport. We'd like to see you spend your tax dollars here in town. If you look over to the left, the camera will pan over, you also see Mid-City with their expansion, spending a nice chunk of change helping our economy with some expansion there. Further to the left, you'll see the end of what the taxpayers voted for the adult entertainment zone. Currently this property is for sale, and we hope to expand hopefully the recreation, family type recreation. For instance, we have this bowling alley, and down the street we have the cartway. It'd be great if somebody could buy that up and hopefully do recreational type activities family wise and lock that in so we don't get stuck, if you will, with adult type entertainment, and it'd be a good place to bring your family. We'll be moving down in a minute and I'll be talking about the Route 6 intersection, which I'm proud we achieved getting funds to update that. Spent over $2 million improving the intersection. That makes it safer for senior citizens, bicyclists, walking, anybody in the area. There's now turn signals where they didn't used to be, and it's not like being at Seekonk Speedway in the figure eights here trying to get across. So we'll move on to that section now. Thank you. We're here at the intersection of Route 6 and Sanford Road, where I'm very happy to have fulfilled one of my campaign promises when I first ran, and that's to straighten out this intersection, one of the most deadliest in southeastern Mass. And I'm proud of the way it came out. Down the line, I certainly hope we can get some sidewalks in this area, make it a little better walkable and possibly bicycle area. You'll see that it's very busy. This is a Wednesday, about 10 a.m. and you'll see it's a busy little spot, and I'm proud we could do something about it. I certainly didn't do it by myself. Representative Mike Roderick's had a big piece of work to do with this, along with Senator Joe Menard, and I'm glad we got this project done, and I hope I can do many more projects similar to this to help the citizens of Westport. We'll be moving down to the corner near White's in a moment to give you another visual on a spot that needs attention in the future. Okay, I'm here down by the intersection where White's is, and as you'll notice as we pan across the street, you'll see that the sidewalk ends, and all of a sudden you're literally taking your life in your hands trying to walk or bicycle up Route 6 to spend some money at our stores. That's the reason why the Fall River bike path ended at the Westport line, is because of our concern with safety. This area is also one of the ones that was impacted hard by the flooding last year, and I'm proud of our leadership team and the steps they take in order to bring leaders down here. Senators, we had the Lieutenant Governor's team, and I think we did a pretty good job with what we had available to try to help these folks as much as possible. So again, I'd like to do something in this area. There is bike path funds available. We can work on grants and whatnot, and this should be an area that we can look into a lot more, especially with the Narrows Redevelopment Committee. There's a lot of things that can be done, and hopefully we can get some tax dollars by people taking a stroll and enjoying the recreational things in this area. Okay, I'm here at the end of Bridge Street, also at the end of Horse Neck Beach, and stop by here just to show what can happen when people step up to the plate and try to help the town of Westport. We have a local person that helps us with parking tickets in town. In the past, we've tried to utilize a piece of property down here, but unfortunately all the leadership has changed. That gentleman has stepped up and offered to be liaison to try to get part of the property down here for the town residents, so that you have a nice short trip to the beach. You're not breaking your ankles on stones. You don't have to walk the long distance like Cherry and Webb Beach. And as you can see, it's a beautiful area. Hopefully we could use a little bit of it and utilize it toward our citizens for beach down here. You know, it's something I'd like to stress is that if people could help out the town, you know, they could make life a lot easier for a lot of folks. There's some folks laid off right now due to the recession and whatnot. If you have the time, if you could step up, you could really help this town out, and we would appreciate it. Also, while we're down here and we can see this beautiful country, I'd like to touch base on something that's vital to the area. Conservation Commission. You'll see in the past that there's been some disagreements, if you will, with Conservation Commission. Keep in mind, your selectmen appoint these people. I think it's critical that we have people that are going to protect our environment, not only on the beach, but all over town. Protecting our drinking water is a major concern, especially folks don't want to see water coming through town. And you know, I think it's important to have people that are going to actively protect the environment. I'd also like to touch base with some information that's going around regarding the wild and scenic designation. Folks came before us asking if they could look into the process and see what was involved with wild and scenic designation for our river. The Board of Selectmen agreed to let them look into it. We did not agree to go to wild and scenic. When I Googled wild and scenic in Massachusetts, of course, Taunton River is in it, and then I think we all know that's in part due to Hess, but if you Google it, you'll see Westfield overwhelmingly supported putting some of their waters into wild and scenic designation. There's got to be a reason for that. You know, town meeting voted unanimously to do it. All their leaders went forward. So getting back to it, what would happen is people would look into it. They'd get back to us with the data. We would then form a committee if the board is so inclined to do so. And then we would have to take it to our leaders, representatives, our senators, and then take it to town meeting. It's a long process where there's plenty of public input. It is just the initial look into if it's worth getting into and bringing the facts to the public. Also, dams in town. A group came to us asking if they could look into dams and what options there are. Our dams are not getting pulled down. It's simply looking into the options while there's grants available and there's information available to do the legwork, to bring it to the town and see what we can do from there. If anything, it would be brought to the board, there would be subcommittees, and it would go to the people. So I'd like to stress that. I'm very proud of people stepping up in town. I'd like to stress our transparency in our government and the way we get along with different boards that hasn't been done in the past. Again, this was a volunteer that came forward asking to do a project, and we welcomed him with open arms to look into it, and hopefully it'll help you, the taxpayer, have a little recreation in your life. Thank you.